When we left the airwaves, we were headed to Tuscaloosa. Coach Hud and the boys got the job done. That was 5A. We're back in 6A, Region 1. We got some big boy ball ahead of us, and we've got a team from Fort Walton Beach and Choctawhatchee coming over here for the Battle of the Beach. What can we expect this season and the game tonight?
Coach, I'm just so happy to be here, buddy. I mean, it is time. There's nothing like high school football, buddy. I just absolutely love it. Great atmosphere here at the MIC tonight, and we got a good matchup here tonight coming out of the gate. Battle of the Beaches, Florida versus Alabama, a lot on the line. Obviously, everybody understands what Gulf Shores did last year, going 15-0, and really dominant all year last year. But big senior class has graduated. We got a new bunch here tonight. Coach has got the boys working hard. A lot of positive vibes in the building. And we got a good team and a good test tonight, Coach. Looking forward to it, and looking forward to be back in 6A football here in the state of Alabama.
So as Coach Jackson mentioned, we got some new faces out there. We've got the captains out tonight. We've got Colin Wilson, Carter Bird, Landon Everett,
Blaze Thomas.
Blaze Thomas.
3 seniors and
three seniors and a junior. A lot of those names we called last year. Notably, some names are missing. Ronnie Royal, he's left us. He's now at NC State starting his collegiate career. We lost the entire defensive line. And we lost Braden Jackson. So, Coach, we got some holes to be filled, but in talking with the coaches and coordinators this week, they're confident that those shoes are going to be filled and that we're going to be just as competitive as we were last year.
Well, replacing Ronnie Royal is going to be extremely hard for the Dolphins, but there's Colin Wilson's going to be the mainstay on offense, and we've got some young guys that are stepping up on the defensive back end at corner position, especially where Ronnie pretty much shut down on half of the field. Little inexperience up front. We graduated 3 offensive linemen. Tyler Burkett is on his way back, but not quite back yet. So that's 4 guys out of 5 that are out up front for the Dolphins. But Coach Rod will have those guys ready to go. This is a marathon. It's not a sprint. So, tonight's going to be a great night for the Dolphins. It's going to be, exciting for us. But you don't make – in football, from week 1 to week 2 is when you're going to make the biggest jump from one week to another. So, we're in one of the best regions in the state of Alabama. It's about learning who we are tonight, getting better, correcting some mistakes, and getting ready to compete in that 6A Region 1 ball as the year goes on. But I'm super excited about tonight, OC.
So we start the season with 2 non-conference games. We start with Choctawhatchee tonight out of Fort Walton Beach. And next week, we travel to Mary G. Montgomery, who had a stellar year, won 7A Region 1 last year.
Semifinals in 7A.
Semifinals in 7A. Which
got beat by state champ Central Phoenix City. So, Coach, the 3-game stretch to start the year. 11-win team in Choctawhatchee, I believe. Very up-and-coming third-year. Coach Beasley's been there, and they've done nothing but get better. And we've got Mary G. Montgomery with Coach Zach Galston, I believe, who's done nothing. I think he's going in his 3rd year as well there, and they've done nothing but get better. And then we have Saraland to open up reach and play with. So these first 3 games, big dog, get ready. Let's go.
And I think after that we get McGill-Tulane. So, I mean, when you're in 6A Region 1, every game counts. And in these first 2 non-conference games, they are big as well. We want to get started on the right foot, and talking with the coaches, they want to come out, they want to start strong. Our defense last year was impeccable. I think I heard a stat today that we trailed for like a minute and 30 seconds all last season. And that was, I think, BC Rain took the opening kickoff to the house.
We were in control of a lot of games early and often last year.
So we're going to see what this defense is all about as the Dolphins will be kicking off to get the season started. For those of you watching on YouTube at various locations around the city of Gulf Shores, we thank you for joining us. That sun is in our face for a little bit, but it should get better as the night goes on. We're just excited to be with you guys. We're excited for football to be back. We're defending. Granted, we're not in 5A. We're defending the state championship, and we're ready to get this ball kicked and get the defense on the field, get a stop, and then work on punching that ball in the end zone. So we are underway for 2024 with a short kick, fielded at the 11, bobbled, picked up, and he's going to be tackled down at the 30-yard line. by number 7, leading the way for the Dolphins. That's Jermichael Garrett.
Lead the way for the Dolphins to bring the ball carrier down at the 30-yard line.
Helmet came off right there.
We did have it. It looked like it was as part of the play.
Yeah, they're going to make him come off 7 right there. Helmet came off on the tackle right there with a host of Dolphins right there flying to the football.
So we've got the Van Gorder coach defense back out there for another year. We've added Coach Paul Rhodes, former defensive coordinator. He went and spent some time at Boston College, came back. He's now coaching some linebackers, and we're ready to see what this defense can do.
Looking for a heavy run game here out of the Indians. Coach said they like to get in tight end, and they like to run downhill. It's pretty much their bread and butter is run down here. And 33 is a load. He's a big boy. He's, as you can see right there, hits the hole pretty good right there. About 200 pounds, 5'8". What year is he, Coach?
He's a sophomore.
He's a sophomore, but he totes it hard in long physical game right there. Good job up front by the Indians. Offensive line creating a nice little alleyway right there for 33 on the first play of the season for the Dolphins defense.
Montavious Keller is the running back, sophomore, as you mentioned, 200 pounds. Gets a 20-yard gain, gets the ball to midfield. Takes the snap, gives it once again. He sheds one tackle, stays on his feet, running the ball hard. We did get a whistle. He'll gain about 6 or 7 yards.
You can see the Indians are really trying to come out and establish the run game early. Gets good size offensive lineman, big back, and he moves well, Coach. Look for me and you to see the Indians this year, as well as the Dolphins. I haven't been able to make it out much this year, so it's kind of my first look as well, but exciting night here at the Mick, and got a beautiful night for high school football.
So they'll give him 8, so we'll look at 2nd and 2. Good once again met in the backfield and brought down.
He still was able to get forward right. It's going to be right at it. Good there for the Dolphins. Hit him right at the backfield, if not the line of scrimmage, and he was still able to push forward for about a half a yard right there. We got 3rd and short coming up right here for the Dolphins.
They're going to line up in too tight with the wing. Twins to the near side.
And there they check in. Coach Rhodes talked at the line of scrimmage.
He called it scanning. They'll do some scanning.
Right. I was looking through my notes right there, OC. I'm glad you got better memory than me. Coming off the right tackle right there to the boundary.
That's Keller once again.
Keller on carry, got down by
so we've seen inside run and outside run, and Keller seems to be able to handle the load, whether it's inside or out.
Well, right now, the Indians are controlling the line of scrimmage and getting a lot of push. I mean, 33's getting 4 or 5 yards before he's getting a hand on him right now. So, they're coming out expecting what we talked about with the coaches on our Thursday meeting, and they're a big physical bunch. And as Coach Rhodes said, they're run downhill, and they have come out doing that.
So we got another dose of Thomas, but he's actually Keller, he's going to pull the ball. The quarterback, Taman Zabatista, number 3. On the read, and it looked like he wanted it. Keller didn't want to get rid of it.
It's like Blaze Thomas right there on the tackle right there, coming down from his safety position. Senior returning starter for the Dolphins, one of the captains for us tonight. Got a few off, looking at chance to play college football right there for Blaze.
So we have 2nd and 6, and that's going to end up
we jump off
being a false start. That was number 26. Jameer Alcius, the junior, who jumps prior to the ball being snapped, and it's going to be close. That 2nd and 6 is going to become 2nd and 1 as they are creeping into the red zone. This Dolphin defensive line, a young bunch, not a lot of experience, but talking with Coach Damon Howe, he's confident that they can get the job done, that these early snaps and early parts of the game are going to be important. Ball's given to Keller. He's got a wide open hole, tripped up at the last second.
Yeah, somebody made a great arm tackle right there to get him down before he was going in.
Keller on the carry for the Indians.
That was once again number 3, Blaze Thomas, as he gets him by the shoelaces to save the touchdown.
Well, we were stemming over to our boundary, rolling down the outside backer right there, and they kind of keep hitting us right there, getting some down blocks. Nice alleyway right there for the running back for sure.
So 1st and goal from the 4-yard line. Give is to Keller. And Keller's going to walk into the end zone virtually untouched. And that will be a 6-0 for the Indians.
Left hand into the end zone for an Indian touchdown.
So the first drive goes in favor of the Indians as they march 70 yards down the field. All on the back of running back Montravius Keller.
Impressive start for the Indians. Really controlled us up front right there, and really nothing we weren't expecting. Offensive line did a great job right there, picking up some guys that we were bringing right there. Just, early in the game, give us a chance to get back to the sidelines there and make some adjustments, but the Indians look really strong up front right there, Coach.
Well, a mental mistake there at the end, as the white hat tells us that there was a dead ball personal foul against the Indians. That will be assessed on the kickoff, so a 15-yard cushion. And as the Indians, you have a successful 70-yard drive. You don't like to see a mental mistake like that. Let's see if the Dolphins can take advantage of the potential good field position they will get, as they have a 7-point deficit with 8 minutes and 10 seconds left in the first quarter. We'll get our first look at the Dolphin offense with the Indians kicking off 15 yards further back than they were planning on.
Yeah, it's just uncalled for. You'd like to see you keep your head right there, especially after a impressive opening drive for the Indians.
Coach Hudd motivating his kick return team, as we will see who he sends back to return this kick.
Coach, while we got a little moment right here, let's talk about our field, the MIC. It looks absolutely beautiful tonight. Dustin Hanna and his crews really got the place looking absolutely first class. Jeff Hopkins always has our facilities and facilities up the top notch here. And we didn't disappoint tonight, Coach. Field looks in great shape, especially after hosting a middle school jamboree last night. You can hardly even tell there was a game on the field last night. The place just looks beautiful.
Middle school game last night, and if you watched our last game before we headed to Tuscaloosa, this field was in rough shape. But we played 6 home games plus 3 playoff games on it. We had 9 games plus JV plus middle school. Plus youth.
It's a lot of wear and tear.
We tip our hats to Gulf Shores, the city of Gulf Shores, Jeff Hopkins and his crew looking very good.
All right, Coach. Time to check out the Kenny Edenfield offense right here after we receive this ball right here. Looking forward to seeing sophomore quarterback Judd Harris come out and lead the Dolphins.
Short kick lands at the 35, going to be fielded by Wilson. As he looks for a hole, finds a slight one, gets the ball to the 45-yard line. So good field position for the Dolphins.
Colin Wilson, returning senior, committed to Mississippi State, averaged 149.4 yards a game last year, Coach. All-purpose yards, that is. Just a water bug with the ball in his hand, but he's also pretty thick, Coach. I'm in the halls with him every day, and man, he's not a very tall joker, but he is a very thick and can move, and he does not need a lot of space. So exciting to watch him come out. Sophomore quarterback Judson Harris coming out to lead the Dolphins.
And talking with Coach Hudd and strength coach, Coach Ashley, Coach Grizz, said Wilson put on about 10 pounds since last year. And Wilson's going to get the first pass from Harris. And he's going to be good for a first down. So far he's averaging 11 yards per touch.
Good start. He was somewhere around 8 or 9 last year. So picking up where he left off right there. Nice play call right there. Getting sophomore Judd Harris a little bit of confidence. Ball was perfectly placed on the swing route right there, and a great job of getting downhill. And as you can see, almost it don't take much for 6.
Price Stevens in motion from the far side to the near side. Ball's given to Wilson, sticks his foot in the ground. He's met at the line of scrimmage, but is able to get 4.
Colin Wilson advances the ball to the 41-yard line.
Great job of just getting downhill right there. There wasn't a lot there, and put his left foot in the ground and just got shoulder pads going south and was able to pick up 3.5, 4 yards right there for the Dolphins, 2nd and 7 coming out.
As you mentioned, that first play, that screen pass to Wilson, we talked to Coach Kenny Edenfield, and he said that we're going to see a lot of that. That is an extension of the run game, and it gives this new, fresh offensive line a little bit of breathing room. As Harris pulls it, calls his own number, gets tripped up, but not before he gains 3 or 4 yards. That's going to bring up 3rd and short. Harris will pull it. We did talk to him. and Coach Edenfield said that there's going to be some reads for him. It's a young quarterback, and he doesn't shy away from contact. And Coach Edenfield said he's going to try to get the kid to slide a little more this year, but kid's a competitor.
Quicker than what he looks. As you can see, we're lining up in trips, we're motioning, we lined up in two-pack there, motion the back out, doing a lot of eye candy right here, trying to, keep the defense on their, figure out what we're doing right here. We got a lot going on, Coach. They do a great job of checking things and motioning and giving the defense different looks to line up to.
Ball's given to Wilson. We'll see the spot that we get. It looks like he's going to be just about a yard short, as it's going to be spotted right at the 35-yard line. Got a player down.
Everett coming in the game. That's an offensive lineman.
Looks like number 51, which I believe is our center.
Is that
Brantley Akins, Fruit, as he's affectionately known. And he's one that we can't have go down. He's the only returning starter that we have on that offensive line. And Coach Hudd is going to be wise and take a timeout right here to give Brantley a second to get feeling back in that ankle and figure out what to do on this 4th and short.
Got a new helmet coming into the huddle. 56.
It's going to be Jack Biggs, a sophomore.
Going at center. Brantley is down on the ground being checked out. But, yeah, that is our most experienced lineman that is down right now. He's a tough kid, though. I mean, you ever hear about how much he can build and how much of a handyman he is, and kind of a throwback of a kid that just can do it all. And he's toughen up right here. He's back in, Coach.
Yeah, the handyman brought his hard hat to the game tonight. He said, you can't take me out.
That big play right here early. I believe you got Junior Everett coming in the game. It looks like he's going to line in at tailback. That tight end.
So Landon Everett at tight end. Motion from the near side from the numbers inside the hash. Snap to Harris. Given to Wilson. Looking for a push. It's going to be a left foot, right foot spot. I like the far line judge's spot a little bit better. Choctawhatchee saying that they think that they've got the stop. We'll check the spot, and we might have our first.
This might be a measure.
No measurement. First down.
Hey, that's a great call.
Good job by that young offensive line. First possession of the season. And Coach Hudd says, boys up front, we're going to see what you're made of right here. Give us a push. Got enough push to get the first down. Drive,
I don't
stays
think it was
alive.
going to be any secrets about what we were going to do right there, 4th and 1. Well, we knew 6 was going to get the ball some form or fashion right there.
So the Dolphin offense stays alive after a 4th down conversion.
Tight end. Oh, God. So right there in the trips close package, had Price Stevens coming across right there. Had the flats open as well. Tight end coming from the boundary across right there on the crossing route. I'll look forward to us to come back to that at some point in time tonight.
No doubt. Coach Edenfield is in the box making note that we need to come back to that play, as Colin Wilson, if he would have caught that ball, he had nothing but green grass in front of him. So a miscue there between quarterback and running back, and now we've got Wilson in the Wildcat.
Got a running back with gloves on his face mask.
I think he might want those on his hands.
That might be a little nervous, Coach.
Might be a new strategy they came up with that I don't know about.
There we go.
Wilson sticks his foot in the ground and takes that from a 2nd and 10 to a 1st and 10. Ball down to the 21-yard line.
Got off tackle right there, put that foot down on the ground, was able to get back upfield for a nice gain right there. Another tough run for Colin Wilson.
Price Stevens comes out as Landon Everett comes back into the plug position. Harris back under center, flanked by Wilson.
Coach has talked about how we've got quite a few guys that will go both ways, so they're going to kind of third it up, to try to be able to have success going both ways.
First deep ball thrown of the year. Up in the air, there is a catch. Multiple flags. We'll see. There was hand fighting. We'll see if that's going to go as an offensive or defensive. Looked like both boys were just fighting hard for the ball. The call on the field is touchdown, as the white hat will get the penalty.
Looks like it's going to be a touchdown. Kids are celebrating. Is that number 11?
Number 11 for the Dolphins. That's Nick Hampton.
Nick Hampton went up and got it. And the kids are celebrating like they've already kind of heard the call from the umpires or the referees. I feel like that's going to go our way. We're going to be shocked if it doesn't with the way we've already ran our PAT squad on. And
might be a little mental game. Coach Hud might be saying, hey, I've got my kicking team out here.
You like to think we've heard something.
The white hat talking to the Indian sideline, letting them know what the call is going to be. Now he'll let us know. Pass interference against the defense.
That is a fair dentistry touchdown.
There is an unsportsmanlike against the Dolphins. Post-play, I believe Mr. Hampton did the old spin of the football and warmed his hands, which the referee did not like. His flag had already been thrown, so he took mental note. And just like that, we will also be kicking from 15 yards further back than we intended. The kick is up. The kick is good. We have a whole new battery of kicking as Taylor Barkley puts it up and in. Graduated Mac Anderson, Alex Rippey, and Will Langston. So our field goal battery is brand new.
Well, Moats was the snapper.
Moats was the snapper for the short stuff.
That was a great answer right there by the Dolphins offensively. Just threw a jump ball right there, 1-on-1. That's a win ball. And 11, right? 11 went up, was able to get that. And that nice execution from your sophomore quarterback to your wide out. That's a junior, went up, got it. That's just a win ball, Coach, 1-on-1. We saw it pre-snap, one step, let it loose, and go up and win. Nice job right there by Nick.
A lot of credit given to Six, Colin Wilson, who did the bulk of the work, marching it down there as we go to the air.
Well, that's probably going to be kind of our MO this year, if I just had to guess. We're going to have to use the run to set up the pass. I don't think there's going to be any secrets that we're going to try to utilize Six. But Six can also line up, Coach, and catch the football. So he's a versatile guy. We're going to get the ball in his hands more than just turning and handing it to and running zone reads and buck sweeps. And, there's going to be a plethora of ways that we're going to get the ball in Six's hands.
As the Dolphins are short one man on the kickoff team, he has now entered that is Carter Davis.
Sophomore wide receiver. Wearing number 2, Ronnie Royals right there, old number. That's a lot to live up to for him.
It's a ball move there. And so Barkley toes this one. Caught on a line at the 22-yard line. Breaks one tackle. Not going to break the second one. That was number 21, Hugh Boudreaux.
Not a bad job of covering. The ball was kicked on the line, so he didn't give us a lot of time to get down. What we got there.
We got a flag and a Dolphin on the field.
We'll say that's on them, I'm guessing.
We're going to assume, and I will probably
back to the previous play. Ball was kicked on the line. Doesn't give us a lot of time to get down there. We're able to spill him out towards their sideline and then corral him. It's a really good job. It's pretty good field position for them. But, Coach, he called it on a dead sprint at the 25 and was only able to get 12 or 13 more yards.
So that is going to be a personal foul against the Indians. So the 15 yards that they got on the unsportsmanlike by the Dolphins has now been given back as the ball will be spotted at the 23-yard line. And Jermichael Garrett, early contender for actor of the year right there. That was Jermichael's a big, thick boy, and I don't think you could just push him around just as easily as he fell down. So successful job right there by Jermichael.
Dolphins in their standard 4-man front, 2 inside backers, so we're going with 6 in the box. See if we make a few adjustments right here from the opening drive.
Ball given to Keller as he breaks tackles.
That's going to be a face mask.
That's going to be a face mask against Jermichael as he just continues to be a bowling ball, 33.
Coach, and I'm going to date myself right here, but with the green unis, a little bit of a Notre Dame look, Jerome Bettis is what comes to mind for me. And I know I'm old, But, man, he's a load right there. He's fast. He's physical. He's big. Tackling that for 4 quarters is going to be a challenge. We're really going to have to do a great job of getting a bunch of hats to the ball and making sure we do a great job of tackling him.
Being 5'8" and 200 pounds, that low center of gravity,
it's tough.
He's able to run over top of his feet.
I mean, Coach, there was not a lot there. Yeah, there was not a lot there, and he was able to get 15, then another 15 stacked on top of it. So our run fits look pretty good right there. Just 33. You got to tip a hat, right? He does a great job of making things happen. So we've got 5 now. We're in kind of a bare front right here. We got a 5-2 look, really, with another hat in the box. So we've got 8 guys in the box right here.
Give to Keller. He's met 2 yards ahead of the line of scrimmage, and he'll be brought down by Landon Everett, number 20. As Keller continues to do work for the Indians. Brings up a 2nd and 4. So both teams not hiding what they're doing. They're going to give the ball to their stud running backs and let them do the work. It's been all Keller for the Indians as he looks to potentially march down the field for a 2nd touchdown of the quarter. He goes around the outside and is going to be brought up just at the line to gain.
It's going to be first down.
It's going to bring up a first down, as Coach mentioned.
Well, they keep toting like this, Coach. We're going to have a quick night here at the MIG. Both teams successfully running the ball. Indians right now probably a little bit better than the Dolphins, but nonetheless, right here we got 1st and 10.
Indians.
There we go.
We got.
That's going to probably be a false start on this.
But Indians did catch the Dolphins. All 4 Dolphin offense or defensive linemen still trying to get the play as the Indians were prepared and snapped the ball, but not everybody was set for the Indians, so that's going to be a loss of 5. Bring up 1st and 15.
Still first down.
Speaking with Coach Rose this week during our meeting, he mentioned their quarterback was their best player on offense. And we haven't seen number 3 tonight. We've seen a dose of a 33 a whole bunch, but have not seen number 3 much yet. We just can't fall asleep with them thinking that, that's what these teams like to do is lull you to sleep and then try to hit you with a big one over the top.
And that time a pod of Dolphins are prepared for Keller as he brings around right end. Going to be short of the original line of scrimmage, so they're going to make it 2nd and 12. And worth pointing out, pregame we noticed number 8, Keeson Hines Wheeler, their stud wide receiver committed to South Alabama, not dressed tonight for the Indians.
And that's probably going to affect their passing game a little bit as of right now. So, with that being said, if we can corral this run game up a little bit and make them utilize the wideouts a little bit more with him being out, could be a big deal right there. Great job by the Dolphins right there. We seem to be, not getting blown off quite as much up front and doing it, probably slanting a little bit more up front than what we were, but give it to the Dolphins right here. We seem to make a few adjustments right there up front, and not quite. They're not getting the push that they were last drive and the beginning of this drive.
Landon Everett's name called once again. 3rd and long for the Indians. Trips to the far side with number 23 lined up at tight end for the Indians. That's Ryan Burks with nobody to the near side with him. And the Indians are going to call a timeout to figure out what to call. With 53 seconds left in the first quarter, we got a tie ball game between the Dolphins and the Indians. They're tied at 7-7. We'll take a quick break and be right back after this quick timeout. Welcome back to the MIC. Less than a minute left in the first quarter of this opening game of the Dolphins season as the Indians of Choctawhatchee stare down a 3rd and 12. Drop back for the first pass of the evening. It's complete. So 3rd and long converted.
Not a lot thrown on that ball right there. Well, we got a little sail route, so number 2 receivers up, 10 out. The number 1 receiver closest to their sideline curls over the top, kind of causes our defensive backs to run into each other right there to allow the sail route to open up right there to get the first down for the Indians.
Hugh Boudreau, number 21, the man who caught the kickoff, makes the first down for the Indians. And we've got a false start. So Mr. Boudreau gets a key catch on 3rd and long and then makes a mental error on the next play. It's going to back him up to the 25-yard line and put them in the 1st and long yet again.
Back-to-back first down starts right there for the Indians where they get a penalty. In that just, as a coach right there, man, that'll fire you up. Driving, get a big 3rd and long, and then jump off sides.
The mental mistakes, those are ones you can't have. Zapatista once again with the scanning. No play originally, gets it from the sideline. Drops back to pass.
Screen
pass. Read
all over it.
Read nicely by Jermichael Garrett. Misses the first tackle.
I think that dude got 5 yards, man.
So perfectly read by middle linebacker Jermichael Garrett, who's there, but tackles him a little high. And Keller, you can't tackle him high. You got to go low, and you got to at least hold on to him until the other Dolphins can get there. So it's only a gain of 2. Looked like it was going to be a little bit more.
Much stepped out earlier, but he is tough to bring down. Great job right there. Dolphins read it early, slowed the rush down, didn't fly upfield. Great job reading it at the backer position right there by Jermichael. Committed to Auburn. Your Auburn Tigers.
Yes, sir. So at the end of the first quarter, the Dolphins and the Indians are locked at 7 here for opening night at Mickey Miller Blackwell Stadium. We'll be right back.
Varsity cheerleaders. Senior co-captain Bella Sallin. Senior co-captain Delaney Klepak. Senior co-captain Mary Lindsay Morton. Remaining seniors, Kylie Griffin, Ashley Jennings, Carly Jerkowitz, Sophie Long, Addison Poole, Bella Claus, Abby Randall, and Nicole Savage. Underclassmen include Ella Gilbert, Ella Godbold, Emmy Johnson, Mary Grace Kirkland, Peyton Kruger, Carson McKee, Ray Pepperman, Maddie Burkett, Liliana Grande, Claire Munoz, Caroline Taylor, and your favorite mascot and mine, Splash! Let's hear it for this squad. Tonight's second quarter is brought to you by Seaside.
Welcome back to Mickey Miller Blackwell Stadium at the end of the first quarter. Dolphins 7, Indians 7. The Indians looking at a 3rd and long that they were able to convert on the, second and long. Once again behind the chains. See if the Dolphin defense can hold. Coach Jacks, we got some 6A Region 1 other games in action tonight. I think
our wingman, he's not on the sideline. Jimbo Tolbert this year. Son's a senior at McGill-Tulane, but he's still sending us some updates. We got 7-0 Daphne over McGill-Tulane right now late in the first. And KJ Lacey started the year off first play of the game, 65-yard touchdown. Saraland up 7-0 over Jackson.
Mr. Football last year.
Battle of number ones right there. Number 1 in 6A, number 1 in 4A. Both teams extremely talented. Very high-profile game here along the Gulf Coast tonight. And what a night we have. 2nd and long, give to Keller. Coming down right there. That's a great job. I'm not sure who the player was. Safety position coming down flying. Great. Carter Bird right there. Been playing for he's a 3-year starter for the Dolphins. He's a really good football player, Coach. And he diagnoses it early, screaming down the alley from his safety position. Puts his head on his hip and makes a great tackle right there in the open field for the Dolphins.
A play like that is one that you diagnose on film early in the week, and you know you're reading your keys. And when he saw that, as you said, shot out of a cannon, run the alley, brings up a 3rd and 13 as they drop back to pass. Pressure in his face. Landon pressuring him. Lost containment, but able to keep them short of the first down. We'll see where the spot is. Looks like it's going to be just inside the 15-yard line.
Quarterback's quicker than what I thought, Coach. I haven't seen him yet. It shows some elusiveness right there, getting outside the pocket, losing containment for the Dolphins. But Dolphins doing a great job rallying, getting him out before the sticks right here. It looks like they're running some different personnel on, expecting a field goal right here, OC.
Number 17 is the holder. That's Carter Morocco.
Sam King set the kick for the Indians.
Number 20, Sam King.
It really didn't look set to me, but I guess I'm not.
The kick is up, and the kick is good.
I never saw the kicker set. He was moving forward, but okay. Good kick right there for the Indians.
Good hold by the Dolphin defense.
Good operation. Yeah, great job. You know, it's a good football game, Coach. Two teams, I think, match up pretty. Personnel-wise, both teams have really good players. They are on their second game of the year. They had a 4-quarter jamboree last week. Varsity played 2 quarters, and they beat Milton 35-0 in 2 quarters of a jamboree action over in the state of Florida. So, they've got to. It's just different when you start hitting somebody else, and they've already had that a little bit under their belt where we're starting to figure that out as we go. But looking forward to right here, our offense coming out and continuing to run the football and timely passes, Coach, right there. But great job by our defense.
Improvement from drive 1 or series 1 to series 2. Went to giving up a touchdown, now holding to a field goal. As you said, starting to get our feet under us a little bit more. Some costly missed tackles and maybe some misfits that I'm sure that Coach Van Gorder and Coach Rhodes are talking about with the boys in the tent right now.
We definitely handled the run game extremely better than we did in the opening possession. So that chess match of football starting to take place a little bit right there as you see the Dolphins made some nice adjustments coming out in the second drive.
Kick will travel just into the end zone as Colin lets it roll across the goal line. Dolphins will take over at the 25 for their second drive of the game.
Into the end zone.
Coach, 1 quarter, and we had 2.5 complete drives. Once, as we mentioned, you run the football, that clock doesn't stop. The game's moving quick. So it's
been clean, which in early in the year, clean football doesn't take place a lot. A lot of offsides and things like that, holding calls. But so far, early in the game, both teams playing clean football, trying to establish the run game and filling each other out. I feel like this is going to be a 4-quarter battle possibly here, OC.
Judd Harris takes the snap. The give is to Wilson, looking for a hole, finds one. Dragging a few Indians as he's still on.
Ball's out.
Ball's out.
It's a great run, man. Price Stevens did a great job of hemming up the end right there, and it was a great run. Indians were able to get the ball out. Are they going to say forward progression had stopped here? Or
the offense is not coming off the field. They're either going to say he was down or forward progress. Coach Hudspeth pointing to the ground as if his knee was down.
It's a big call. Oh, wow, we're going to get it back.
Face mask. So the face mask will negate.
Yeah, it's our ball.
Yeah. So I'm not saying I don't think a face mask negates a turnover. I'll have to check with our officials in the booth next to us when we get to a break. But maybe they're saying he was, regardless, whether he was down, whether it was forward progress, whether it was a penalty. We'll take it any way we can get it.
You're talking about the ball going in from the 22 to now We get 50. That was a big break for the Dolphins.
To the 43-yard line.
Let's hope we can capitalize on
it. Dolphins!
So the Dolphins will take what's given to them in motion.
Oh, that's holding. Can he grab it? I mean, heading to the flats. I mean, I understand rerouting. Grabbing somebody physically from the back of their shoulder pass so they do not get out into the flats. Great job right there by the defense of the Indians, breaking up that pass from Judson Harris.
Pass intended for number 17, Balin Bird, falls short. As you said, a lot of contact on Colin Wilson coming in the flats. Not sure if he crossed the line of scrimmage and if it's seen as a screen at that point, and he trying to keep the Indians on the
establishing short passing game right there. I mean, it's a good job right there. Just kind of lost footing right there. I believe it was going to be a bigger play than what happened. He just happened to lose some footing trying to come out of the break once he caught the football.
So a 3rd and medium. These are crucial. Keep drives alive. Keep the defense off the field. Let them continue to get a break.
They have the box stacked.
Drops back. Deep pass by Harris is going to be out of the reach of the intended receiver.
It's number 4. Is that Elijah Malone?
That's Elijah Malone was the intended receiver on the corner route. Ball just overthrown.
Pretty good job by the offensive line, giving us time to throw. Coach, they had 8 hats in the box right there, and we're kind of bringing the house. And Judson was able to get a 3-step drop right there, and we get the ball out on a corner route right there, just a little bit overthrown.
And those corner routes, they're all about timing.
They are.
It's early in the year, and that'll get fixed.
They had good coverage. We got a little punt going on right here.
Judd Harris is going to do a pooch
that's going to roll, too,
that's
right there.
Really good.
Come on, keep going.
Not sure why he caught it. We could have had a little more forward roll.
We were there to definitely stop it from rolling forward. I would have liked to see it hit the ground one more time. And if it comes forward, we're there to stop it if it keeps rolling. Good job by Judd right there. The nice little wrinkle. Shows his athleticism. He can do a little bit of it all.
So the pooch punt gets the ball back to the 18-yard line where the Indians will take over. Dolphin possession comes up empty, but as we say, you always want to, you can end a possession with a kick. You know, it's not going to hurt you.
Definitely don't want to end it in a turnover of some sort. Those quick turnovers, you know, it really causes issues. But that was a good job right there by Judson. Not a bad drive. Showed some decent. You know, we picked up a good blitz right there on 3rd down. Gave Judd plenty of time. Keep looking for them small victories for a little young, experienced Dolphins right there. He's got some room, Coach.
Keller breaks through. He's getting hawked down by number 0. That's Jaden Dobbins, who's able to bring Keller down, but not before a huge gain as he gets just outside the red zone. Ball spotted at the... Actually, now they're going to put it inside. Now back outside.
Like 25-yard line. Right there, hitting the counter back towards our sideline. And Coach, he wasn't touched till he got tackled right there. So it was a great job of the Indians right there picking up front. And just a great counter play for them right there. Coming right at us. New running back. 0.
Number 0. Ellis Alloway.
2 tights, man. They love the tight ends. This is actually...
As Alloway gets the ball and as he is stopped at the line of scrimmage, as I'm sure Keller, big boy like that, with the big run, probably needs a little bit of a breather. If I'm the Indians, I don't keep him on the sideline very long.
He's quite the package. He's pretty complete, Coach. He runs hard. He's big. He's quick. He's a good running back, and he's just a sophomore.
Still has his hat off on the sideline, but he's standing right by the coach. As Alloway will get another crack with 2nd and 10. Zapatista calls his own number, and not a wise decision as there was a pot of Dolphins waiting for him 1 yard behind the line of scrimmage.
Trey Stevens and Adam Duncan combined.
Great job right there, Coach. There was nothing there.
Play brings up 3rd and 12.
Great job from the backside linebacker, scraping down right there. He looked to cut back. I thought he had a little bit on the edge, and he goes back underneath, and our backside backers and backside defensive linemen were right there to contain him.
Price Stevens there to keep him from cutting back. Third and long. Indians have seen third and long a couple times tonight. They drop back to pass. First tackle's missed. Second tackle is missed. The ball is delivered to the receiver. Ball's on the ground. It'll be a scrap to see who gets it.
Pass is complete. Fumble on the play.
Let's go. Dolphins have the ball.
Is that Carter Bird?
Recovered by
Number 4, Carter Bird.
Carter Bird. We apologize.
Not 4. He's 1 this year, Coach. 4 last year. We were going back in time.
That's right. Carter Bird.
Number 1 this year.
They look the same with these dark numbers on dark jerseys.
Love the uniform.
Yeah, Coach
hard
didn't do us any favors up here in the booth.
A white number would have been nice, but they do look good. They do look good.
Nonetheless, a turnover, we just talked about it. You never want to drive to end on a turnover unless you're
especially after a big play right there. Quarterback shows of elusiveness. He almost has a Harry Gilmer jump pass right there. Continues to take off and finds a guy open. Makes a great play. And then one of our Dolphins, I'm going to say we stripped it. Can't see it, but I'm going to say we stripped it. It's a great play right there and getting on the ball right there, Carter Bird.
So back Judd Harris keeps it as he's met by 3 or 4 Indians, but not before he gets about 3 yards on the play. So keeping the ball on the ground. We had that last possession, we put the ball in the air a little more than we usually do. But as you said, we're giving them different things.
They start stacking that box with 8 guys, and as you can see, they got 4 down linemen. I mean, they've got about 8 hats in there. They got 2 that are right there on the edge, but they got a 4 down lineman. Now the thing is to go to a 5. Now we got 3 linemen with 2 jack linebackers walk down. I mean, there's a lot of hats. You can tell they're playing man-to-man coverage when we go in motion right there. Great job up front. Had a little bit of hole right there. Good job by the Indians rallying to the ball.
So a short gain will make it 3rd and manageable.
The 22-yard line. Brings up third down to the Dolphins.
8 hats in the box, and Coach Kenny Edenfield says that he is going to continue to run the ball until you stop us. We've got
very manageable. 3rd and 4, 3rd and 3.5. You know, you just like the percentages in these. 3rd and 4 and below, the percentages go immensely up compared to 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7.
So we've got a heat timeout, and with that heat timeout, we'll take one as well. We'll be right back to see if the Dolphins can convert on this 3rd and short with 5:50 left in the second quarter. Dolphins down 7-10.
I guess the money should have changed them. I guess I should have forget where I came from.
Ladies and gentlemen, a reminder that this second quarter is brought to you by Seaside Shoes and Swim, your local wharf retailers, Crew, and Seaside Shoes. The win tonight means 20% off one item tomorrow.
And we're back in Mickey Miller Blackwell Stadium. It is our first game as well, as they're trying to work the kinks out on the field. We're working them out here in the box, but we're getting the job done. Looking for the Dolphins to get the job done on this 3rd and short. Harris puts Wilson back in a pistol formation.
See if we can get him going downhill right here.
Makes a move, and that move is going to be met by an Indian defender.
Good push right there by the Indians. There just was not a whole lot of running room right there. Lined him up in the pistol, trying to get Colin going downhill a little bit more right there. OC, just not a lot not a lot of room to be had right there.
So we're going to see the first punt from kicker Taylor Barkley. As we mentioned, Will Langston.
Now, this is a whole new operation right here, OC. Mac Anderson, long snapper. And, you know, good thing about Mac, he can get it back there good. But, Coach, he can also get down the field really, really quick. So, Aiden Mote, sophomore, taking over the roles for Mac Anderson as he is at Snead State playing baseball.
And we've got a timeout on the field. Choctawhatchee is going, they've now seen our punt formation, so they're going to make some adjustments to what we've shown them. As you mentioned, Mac Anderson graduated, as did Will Langston. Will was a 4-year starter for the Dolphins.
Coach, I got a few stats now that you're talking to him about. He missed 2 field goals last year. I looked him up. He was like 84 of 86, and that may not be exactly right, but it was in the 80s. I know he missed 2, and he also only missed, I think it was 14 of 16 in field goals. So 80% there, is that right?
I teach history.
I saw 80%. I don't exactly, but I'm going to tell you this, he was really good, and he felt good when he controlled all of the kicking game, correct?
He did. He punted and he kicked. Place kick, field goal kick. It was just one of those that when he went out there, you knew what you were going to get. Very steady.
Great kid, too. I mean, just absolute pleasure to be around. But, Coach, I really, we're working the kinks out and getting back into this, but I can't tell you, I've looked forward to this all week, really the last couple weeks. High school football's in the air, coming out, watching the defending state champs, watching Coach Hudd and his group been working tirelessly every afternoon, having to battle the heat, go late in the afternoons. Man, just what a great time of year it is.
Aiden Moats with a good snap. Barkley gets the ball off.
Short.
Gets a good Dolphin
Good
roll.
ball. Good roll.
Continue to roll.
Good.
Roll ball roll. It's going to be down at the 40-yard line. So came off the side of his foot, but he's able to get that forward roll.
40-yard line.
Pretty good job of flipping the field right there, Coach. Not a great ball off the foot, but we did a great job of getting downfield. We had plenty of containment. Ball was able to keep rolling, get a Dolphin roll right there, and not a bad operation right there, Coach, early in the year for a bunch of new guys.
Anytime that ball goes forward on a punt, you're happy with it. Indians will take over at their own 40-yard line. Zapatista flanked by Keller. See what the Indians decide to do. I would expect a heavy dose of 33 as Zapatista fakes it to him, gets Flow away.
That's going to come back. That's coming back.
And there's going to be offsetting penalties now.
Oh,
as
we get him out of bounds?
He was hit out of bounds with a hold here near the 45-yard line, so that might be offsetting penalties. As when quarterback gives himself up out of bounds, you've got to do your best to not hit him. So we will see what these offsetting penalties result in.
Pretty good play call. You're hammering 33 all night long. You knew it was coming at some point. We ended on it earlier. Coaches are constantly running things to set things up down the line. And that was one of those situations right there. Got a holding.
Okay, so they're going to march.
And they pick this one up here on their sideline. They're going to march back.
So let's see if they march back. It looks like they're going to. So there's a dead ball.
Coach, it's
personal foul.
I don't understand.
15-yard penalty.
Just to show people what's going on. I mean,
they got to keep themselves honest.
Jesus. All right.
So we march 10 to then come back 15. So two steps forward.
First and 5.
First and 5. After all the stepping off and the marching is settled, we're looking at first and 5 from the 45-yard line.
Nope, first and 10.
Nope, first and 10.
So we had
with the dead ball. The dead ball makes it a first and 10. So as the chains reset, so do we. Play is whistled in. Ball given to Keller. He is met. Hold on to him.
You're going to block in the back.
Got a blindside block that's not going to be called. And a suplex by Landon Everett.
Keller, the ball carrier, brought down by Landon Everett.
Jermichael trying to plead his case in midfield. There was a blindside block, and he is falling upon deaf ears. Once again, first contact made by the Dolphins in the backfield, but we've got to wrap him up as the Dolphins are pulling Jermichael Garrett back, saying, let it go.
There's a lot going on right there. I'm pretty sure I saw a block in the back. I actually kind of missed the very end of the play. Another tough run by 33. Nice job of cleaning it up by Everett. Man, we say his name a lot. Dude, he's just a ball hawk. Just absolutely, he's all the time around the football.
Jermichael Garrett, he's the big name, the Auburn commit, as you mentioned, but Landon Everett, his linebacking mate, you can't sleep on him and what he does, as we will have a timeout taken by the Indians with exactly 4 minutes left in the second quarter. Indians 10, Dolphins 7. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Mickey Miller Blackwell Stadium, home of the defending 5A state champion Dolphins, as they have their back against the wall. Down by 3 here in the second quarter.
Buck Sweet coming back there. Is that a new running back?
That's number 0 again. Ellis Alloway back in the game.
Coach, he hit it pretty well right there. So you got Buck Sweet coming right there. They're pulling both guards right there to the play side. 0 hit it pretty well right there, Coach. I haven't seen him put his foot in the ground and get downhill north and south, which was south this time. It was a good job by him.
So 2nd and 5. Ball given once again to Alloway. Is going to gain.
Downhill running, Coach.
Minimal gain.
Forward progress is stopped.
Squirming at the bottom of the pile, trying to get a few more yards. They're going to spot him at the 37-yard line.
3rd and 4 coming up right here. Big play. Big upcoming play right here.
3rd and 4 for the Indians.
What we got? 3 minutes left.
3 minutes on the clock. This will be a big stop as the Dolphins kicked off to start the game.
Is it 4 down territory right here, Coach? I mean, I don't think their kicking game's going quite from here, but do you think they'll play 4 down territory or punt?
Well, let's try to get him in that 4 down situation.
That's corner route. Man, it's good. Great job by Ethan Everett right there, closing in on the quarterback, rushing his throw up because the corner route was about to come open. But Ethan does a great, Everett does a great job of closing in on the quarterback, speeding him up, requiring him to get rid of the football.
And looks like we got a line change here, so that's going to show that they are going to punt the ball.
Great job by Landon.
Good job by Landon. As you said, hurrying the throw. The corner route was about to pop open and had to get rid of the ball sooner than expected. So a good stop by the Dolphins. 2:42 left on the clock, going to give the Dolphins a shot at one more possession before the half. Good punt.
That's going to get in the end zone.
And a good result for the Dolphins as it's a touchback. Will come to the 25-yard line. 2:33 left in the second quarter. Dolphins have 75 yards to go to try to take the lead before halftime. Dolphins kicked off to start the game, so that means they will get the ball in the second half, and you love to be able to kind of double dip in that situation, get a score, and then have a chance to get a score. Right,
it can really end up being a big turn of events in a game. You get a touchdown, come back out because you get momentum going into the locker room, and then coming out you have momentum. It really is a big turn of events when it works out this way. Got to go 80 yards though, Coach. Plenty of time, 2.5 minutes. Dolphins going north.
Harris takes the ball, gives it to Wilson as he's looking for a crease. Doesn't find one, is able to gain about a yard and a half.
2 yards on the carry, brings up 2nd and 8 for the
See if we're going to pick up the urgency here, Coach, or if we just feel comfortable running this clock out and getting to halftime.
No real sense of urgency as the clock continues to run. But in that same way, you don't want to go 3 and out and give them the ball back. So looking to manage the clock inside 2 minutes. See if we can't bust one as we're going to put the ball in the air. Deep pass, he has his man beat. It's underthrown, and the penalty is there.
Bill Harris's pass falls incomplete. Penalty flag on the play.
as number, I believe, trying to figure out who that was in coverage. It happened
I think
on the far
it was
side.
four for us was the receiver. Actually, it was 2, Coach. So that was number 2.
Carter Davis.
Carter Davis on the 9 route right there, who was able to get over the top of the corner. Ball's was slightly underthrown. Carter adjusts to the ball. Their DB runs through him, draws the flag. So
that's number 21, Hugh Boudreaux, the receiver, kick returner, also cornerback. He was beat on the play.
Yes.
Ball was slightly underthrown, which does oftentimes lead to when that receiver who knows where the ball is comes back. Did a good job of, you're always taught to come back through the defender. If you're not going to be able to get to it, try to come through him, make it look like there's some contact. Definitely some contact there. And the Dolphins get a little bit of a break. 1:45 left.
no safeties. We're in cover 0 right here, so everything over the top is going to be open.
Judd Harris with the keeper. Good for 8 yards.
As you can see, I think we're trying to speed up right here. Trying to speed up right here.
The near referee call.
Second and short's good time right here to really, this is a good time to take a deep ball. Coach, there's 0 safeties. I look for us to take a deep shot right here. Second and short, so you know you're going to get the third down. You know, I would definitely be getting somebody back because this has got to be a deep ball coming right here.
Wait.
I don't know what's going
now
on.
They're
Clock
putting,
adjustment or what we got going here.
They're showing the white hat, I believe, is saying first down. He's looking for the chains to move. And if the chains are supposed to move, then we need to have about 1:36 left on the clock. As it should have been.
It's kind of an unfortunate situation right there for us because I know we wanted the second and short. You know, the second and short lines up perfect for a deep ball. If it does hit, it stops the clock, and then you get to come back with a run play. You know, you can kind of call 2 plays at once because the clock is stopped.
So 8 seconds put back on the clock, 1:28. I think it should have been more like 1:36. But we do get the first down. Ball sitting at the 47-yard line. Harris drops back to pass, steps up into the pocket, tucks it, and he's going to go down for a sack. Number 0, Elias Alloway, the running back and outside linebacker with the sack, and that's going to lead to a Dolphin timeout.
Kind of a gutsy call right there for the defense. I mean, with 1.5 minutes left, I mean, no safeties. So you know they're playing man coverage. They do a good job of getting to the pressure and getting to the quarterback right there, but you know, it really just takes one guy winning right there and getting rid of the ball on a one-step drop with no safeties over the top to have a shot right there.
So second and long. We'll call it second and 14. No help from the scoreboard. So Coach Hudd looking to dial it up on the headset with offensive coordinator Kenny Edenfield. Second and long, 1:13. I believe we still have one more timeout.
Quarterback for the Dolphins.
As we have trips to the far side. Once again, looks like man coverage.
Yeah, they're in man cover 0.
Give is to Wilson, puts his foot in the ground and is not able to get much more than about 2 yards, 1.5 yards. Clock will run inside a minute as the Dolphins look at third and long, potentially looking to protect this ball, take it into halftime. We'll see what Coach Hudd has dialed up as we're inside 50 seconds.
I'd look for us to probably run it right here and try to get to halftime, Coach.
Harris takes a snap, drops back, throws a screen pass. That's caught by number 3, Blaze Thomas. He stays inbounds. The clock will run. And unless the Indians stop it, then we should be able to take this to half as we are inside 15 seconds. The headset is off for Coach Hudd. Helmets are coming off, and they are going to go to half, down by 3. Dolphins set to receive, and we come back. Coach Jackson and I will be on the back end of the game to bring the second half. But right now, we'll leave you with the best band in all the land, the Mighty Dolphin Marching Band, as they bring Fire and Ice to the Mick. We'll be back after half.
You tell her I said bye. She can't speak yet. They're on Amazon. See you later.
And my man Steve Tag team, back again. Check the directed, let's begin. Party on this and all of DC's in the house. Straight jump the joints. Everybody over here, a party over there. Wave your hands in the air, shake it everywhere. These three words say, whoop. There it is, big man. Upside down and inside out. I'm about to show all you folks what it's all about. Now it's time for us to get on the mic and make this party hot. I'm taking it back to the old school, cause I'm an old fool. If you wanna get down, I'ma show you the way. Yeah, it is. Juice I trade, cause I pop on day, rock the mic. I can't sing it. Find a money if you dip it in. Slam dunk it, stick it, flip it and ride that B-double-O-T-Y, oh my. You that's it. Come on, whoop. There it is, I'm done. Three to the two, where one mic check, now still blow through, and the rest is split. That's the girl over the microphone, I just feel quite a few with the contact to the screen. There it is, I thought you knew. Like we always do with this time, let's go to the line. Yes, the shine. Let's throw your hands up in the sky. Yes, the shine. Let's throw your hands up in the Ladies and gentlemen, the Athletics Club is running a 50-50 raffle. Tickets can be purchased for $2 behind the home stands here. Please help support your Dolphin Athletics Club. $2 50-50.
the good, y'all pop the trunk, I pop the hood around. And she got the good, and she got that, I got the hood. Yeah, it's got to be because I'm seasoned, niggas give me the top, she looks wild. So you can get sweet style, and you better get the rock the money down, like the good welcome to the good life. Looking like the girls who ain't on TV because they got no to the models. The good life. She keep me coming with the bottles. The sheep feel cool, but she riding like a the good life. It feel like Houston. It feel like Philly. It feel like DC. It feel like PA. Oh yeah. Hey, this is the good life. Only tell me what's good. Mom really got a problem and you know the hood. Welcome to the the only thing I wish you never did it good. You might make it good, but I'm making sure.
Welcome back for the second half of this opening game between the Dolphins of Gulf Shores and the Indians of Choctawhatchee from Fort Walton Beach. Dolphins are down, Coach Jacks. They're down by 3.
Been a while, Coach. We've been very fortunate of late. Not last couple years we have not went into halftime trailing.
But we do
excited to see those. See this team battle a little adversity and see how we're going to respond.
Football's a game of second half adjustments.
We're going to have to make a few. I believe we're going to have a new quarterback in for the Dolphins and freshman Davis Barnett. As Judd was seen with the shoulder pads off in the tent going into halftime.
Kick travels out of bounds. That's going to be a procedure penalty, and we will see who that quarterback is.
Yeah, I see 10 in the huddle right there. So Davis Barnett indeed will be coming in for the Dolphins here. Freshman quarterback. I've watched him in middle school the last 2 years, man. He is exciting. He's young. He's not very big yet, but leave no doubt. He's a very talented freshman.
We had a freshman quarterback all last year. So something that Coach Hudd and Coach Enfield are not strangers to. You know, we mentioned at the beginning of the game, Judd Harris, very physical runner. Coach Enfield said he was going to try to protect him the best he could, but he can't make him slide. And it looks like shoulder pads are off, and we will try to find what is exactly wrong with young Mr. Harris as Colin Wilson doing his best. And there are 10 of the 11 Indians.
So you're probably, obviously they know we are with our number 2 guy, and I'm probably going to stack the box a little bit more and make the young freshman come out slinging it around a little bit. Judd looks to have hurt a shoulder. I noticed it on the run. The defender landed on top of him, driving that shoulder into the ground. So it's coming back as maybe some type of shoulder strain right now. Don't know much. We're kind of speculating on that, but we do know that Davis Barnett is behind center right now for the Dolphins.
So Barnett takes it, delivers it to Wilson, and there are 3 Indians there to meet him as there was no surprise as to what was coming. So it can bring up 3rd and long for the Dolphins on this first drive of the second half.
Good little ball placement right there, running the swing pass as we saw earlier in the game. I believe that was our first offensive play of the game. Little swing pass out to the boundary right there. Nice touch right there out of the freshman quarterback, getting the ball in Colin's hands. Just Indians doing a great job of rallying to the football.
So 3rd and long. Barnett looks to the sideline with 5 left on the play clock.
As more guys are moving into the box for the Indians. Good protection.
Ball's tipped up in the air. Tip drill goes straight to number 1. He's going to go all the way to the end zone.
Davis Barnett's pass intercepted by the Indians.
Tough start right there. Not a bad ball placement. Ball just got deflected right there as the receiver and the defender were fighting for the football. Ball gets tipped up. Just lands right there in number one's hands. He stays to the near sideline and is able to take it in for the Indians of Choctawhatchee right there. So tough start for the Dolphins coming out with the young quarterback. As the extra point is coming for the Indians, we have a 16-7 ball game here at the MIC.
That's Alante Reese, sophomore strong safety.
Well, you got to kind of pick your poison there. Number 4 on the other end is committed to Auburn DB for the Indians, and so we haven't seen us attack his side very much tonight. We've got to try to get a little bit of a run game going, Coach, and try to help out the young guy, but also to help our run game out a little bit. We're probably going to have to take a chance or two, just to try to hit a big play, get a win ball out there over the top, kind of like we did earlier in the game to get our first touchdown. Nonetheless, tough start for the third quarter for the Dolphins. Indians come out getting a pick 6 on the third play of the half and returning it for a score.
So 17-7 in favor of the Indians as young Davis Barnett looking to bounce back from the pick 6.
Yeah, I believe that's Judd sitting right there on the bench, Coach, right here. I believe he's got an ice pack over the right shoulder, which I believe it was on the run coming to our sideline.
Yes, sir.
And the defender landed on and coming down on top of Judd, right, throwing shoulder. So that's one of them injuries that can, even if it is a strain with him being the quarterback, it just takes some time to come back from. We need a big play, Coach. Let's get a good return right here and get out there and see if we can start moving the ball down the field. It's going to be tough because, Coach, they got 8 guys in the box consistently. Their deepest defender's about 10 yards off the ball.
As the referee sends number 20 off, and that's going to bring out Boudreaux. So the kicker, Sam King, sent off for what appeared to be a equipment violation, as he did not have any knee pads. So the near side judge sends him off and brings out Hugh Boudreaux, senior. We've seen him as a receiver.
Oh, now they're pointing to some other guys, it looks like. Is that what they're going to do? Is this?
So now we got an equipment check here mid-kickoff, as they're trying to point out all the players who don't have the proper knee pads.
Coach, that's supposed to be handled pregame. Everybody lines up across, and the referees walk down and check equipment.
So Colin Wilson will take it, and he will get brought down at the 27-yard line. And that's where the Dolphins will look to bounce back after a pick 6.
27-yard line will be an Island Church.
See what this young offensive line, young quarterback, see what they can do with their backs against the wall.
A lot of inexperience out there for the Dolphins, but, Coach, no excuses here. These guys, they prep hard, and our expectations aren't going to change. We know some game plan things may change. Got to probably be careful with him running the football. Just with another injury compiled up right there could really make things interesting for the Dolphins. But try to piece something together right here. They've got 4 down linemen, 2 guys in the box.
Give us to Wilson. He's going to get a couple.
Oh, Wilson up the 30-yard line, gain of 3, brings up 2nd and 7.
So we got zone play right there going back towards their sideline. Colin puts his foot down, is able to get upfield for about a gain of 2. Good tough run, just not a lot there. Some personnel changes for the Dolphins.
In comes number 4, Elijah Malone. We're going to go to the Wildcat.
Going to spread them out. We're going to an empty package right here.
Got 8 seconds left on the play clock.
So we got a tight end. We got an empty set. Not a good snap.
Bobbled snap by Wilson, and all he can do is go down to the 25. So some miscommunication on the personnel. We're in play clock inside 5 seconds. Wilson not quite ready for the snap.
First bad snap we've had from tonight with Brantley getting shaken up early in the game. He's been pretty good and been pretty consistent for the Dolphins. So we got 2x2 set right here. Wilson's alone back in the backfield. Davis at quarterback. They're going to roll right here. They're playing man coverage.
Airs it out. Good ball. Flag comes out. Ball intended for number 1, Carter Bird. Good ball by the young quarterback. Plenty of air. Put it in a spot where only his man could get it. But his man was being wrapped up by number 7. That's Amir Reese, who was in coverage. And that's going to be a 15-yard penalty and an automatic first down. So best case would have been a catch, but we'll take it.
We've had a couple of those tonight go our way. That I'm sure some Indian fans probably thought a no call would be sufficient right there, but nonetheless, there was some contact made on the jump ball right there. And we've got 1st and 10, ball at the 41-yard line, heading north, Coach.
Barnett getting the play. Wilson lined up directly behind him in the pistol. Ball's given to Wilson. Got a little bit of space.
That's a
and he'll get all the way to the 45-yard line.
Wilson around right end.
Looked like we might have got away with a little bit of a block in the back.
Yeah, I believe number 4 for them was definitely blocked in the back. Good, tough run right for Colin Wilson right there. That was a good job by him making, the timing was kind of thrown off right there with the snap. Made a guy miss. The team speed for the Indians is quite impressive. Coaches talked about it in our meetings, and they're doing a good job of putting it, of showing us, Coach, that they really rally to the football. You can tell their goal is to get all 11 hats to the football, and obviously you can tell Colin Wilson was a point of emphasis that they have talked about all week.
There was a flag on the ground on the far sideline as they are trying to get the clock to stop, and they finally do with a lot of time that ran off the clock. Looks like the
trips to the boundary here. What we got going on, Coach?
We're still trying to figure that out. They might be trying to get
add some time.
7:35 going on the clock, so an extra 14 seconds. But no penalty yard. So I'm not sure what the flag was for, as there was no movement of the football.
Stevens goes in motion.
Barnett takes the snap. Looks for Wilson on his left, but he went right. And the miscommunication leads to a sack.
He spotted the 37-yard line.
Yeah, when you probably does, Davis obviously did not get the amount of snaps that your starter gets throughout the week, and so your timing and things like that can take a little time to be adjusted to. Look right there, we just had a busted play, some miscommunication right there for the Dolphins. We've got 3rd and 15.
3rd and 15. Last time we had 3rd and long, we got bailed out by a pass interference penalty. We'll see if the Dolphins look to air it out again.
Dolphins in a 2x2.
Snap. Ball intended for Price Stevens, who had not yet turned his head, and it was underthrown. It's going to bring up a 4th and 15 for the Dolphins.
Stevens looks a little hobbled too, Coach, as well. He's been limping throughout the night, I've noticed. He's another one of the Dolphins guys that he's played a lot of plays already tonight, Coach. He plays both jack linebacker and tight end, H-back. Plays a little running back as well for the Dolphins. So he's got a little limp as well going off to the sidelines for the Dolphins.
So Dolphins set up in punt formation.
They're coming after it.
The kick is up and not very good.
They push. They might have pushed our shield into the punter. I believe that's what happened. Number 2 came through, and he doesn't go up to try to block the punt. He just goes through our shield guy and knocks our shield guy back. And I believe, I may be wrong, but I believe it looked like our ball coming off the foot might have deflected off of our shield guy. So ball's at the 50-yard line. Choctawhatchee Indians. Ball is actually at the 45. 1st and 10. Choctawhatchee Indians are heading south into the south end zone.
So ball's at the 45. 6:14 left in the third quarter. Dolphin defense on the field, looking to get a stop. Ball given to Keller. He breaks around the near side before he's tackled by, once again, Landon Everett, but not before a gain of 15 yards. Landon Everett flying to the football tonight, Coach.
Coach, he had 6 tackles in the first half. There's his first one of the second half. Consistently going to have 10 to 12 tackles a game. I mean, Coach, we've got 5 defenders on the line right there, and I mean, they're still able to get push on down blocks and get to the edge. As you can see, we have been rolling a guy down, so we are getting 7-8 guys, 7-8 hats in the box pre-snap. Great job of scraping over the top right there is Everett and Jamichael Garrett on the tackle. So a 2-yard gain right there for the Indians, bringing up 2nd and 8. We may have a heat timeout right here, Coach.
With 5.5 left, they'll take a heat timeout. We'll take a quick break as well. We'll be right back for more third quarter action from the MIC. We're back from the heat timeout.
Oh, no.
Quarterback keeper breaks one tackle and will not be contacted again until the 3-yard line.
Way behind the play. Flag is down. That may be coming back. We got a blocking behind the play around the 20-yard line. Penalty for the Gulf Shores Dolphins right there to back up. What would have put the ball inside the 10-yard line for the Indians is going to back them up to the 30-yard line. Is going to leave a 2nd and 2 for the Indians.
So the big play comes back, but not without a gain of 8.
It's a good job. Get him down. Good job right there by our 2 inside backers, and Garrett and Everett scraping over the top. Good job by our defensive front. Because that's the goal of those guys. A lot of people don't understand. Defensive linemen are there to take up blocks so the linebackers can make plays and roam free and do not allow the offensive linemen to get to the second level and get their hands on our backers. So great job right there by the young defensive front for the Dolphins of occupying blockers and allowing our 2 really good inside linebackers to roam free and make plays.
Quarterback keeper.
Great job.
Got to make the tackle. Got to make the tackle.
Nice job of getting some push right there for the Dolphins. Just got to tip your hat, Coach. These guys, they're really good with the football in their hand. Both the running back and the quarterback. Coach, really no secret what they're trying to do. I mean, it's really from the time the ball is being kicked off, and they're good at what they do. They're physical. They believe in it, and you can really tell that their squad eats it up, man. They've really bought into running downhill and being physical. Now in their 2 tight set again. Great job. Make a play.
Oh. Ball is in the air. 3 Dolphins in the vicinity, but it's going to fall between the 3 of them.
Good pressure. Great call right there by Van Gorder They fake the play action bootleg back to the backside, and we dialed up a nice outside blitz coming from our safety with senior Blaze Thomas, putting lots of pressure on the quarterback right there. Blaze did a great job of timing the snap up and really causing a lot of disruption right there for the Dolphins.
Second and long, ball spotted at the 24-yard line.
I would look for the Indians to come back to their ground and pound attack right here. You know, what you really don't want to do is make a turnover and give the Dolphins, any type of momentum. But as I say that, we come back and they're going to throw a wind ball.
And it is tipped
around. Good coverage right there by our guy.
Jameer Alcius on the coverage.
It's a great job by Jameer.
Brings up third and long.
So Indians kind of getting away from what they've done all game right there. Back-to-back pass plays. My football coaching days, a football coach, because I like to pass. I was a wide receiver guy, man. I want to see the ball in there. And coach only, what did he say? Only 3 things can happen, and one of them's good when you go to pass the ball. So
right.
I guess you're playing percentages there, but that's big 3rd and 10 right here for the Dolphins.
We got trips to the far side, running back to that side as well. Timeout on the field by the Indians as they're going to game plan on what to do on this 3rd and long with 3 minutes and 51 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. We'll take a quick break and be right back.
Ladies and gentlemen, don't forget the Dolphin Athletics Club is sponsoring the 50-50. Their table is located behind the home stands near the concession stands. Drawing will occur at the end of the 3rd quarter.
Timeout is over and we are back. 3rd and long for the Indians. Ball spotted at the 24-yard line. They're looking for the 14 to keep this drive alive.
Good pressure right there. Make a play. They're overran it, coach. Come back on the backside. They're going to run out at the 1-yard line right there on the corner route. It's a great play. Great throw and catch for the Indians on the corner route. Ball was up there a long time. I thought our DB was going to have time to run back under it. It's probably going to be roughing the passer where that penalty is. But nonetheless, corner route, ball, nice pitch and catch right there for the Indians. And the wide out going out at the 1-yard line. And I'm probably looking like we're going to have a roughing the passer call, Coach. Is that what you're thinking?
That's what it looks like as the white hat picks up the flag.
Outside the goal line.
Look at the DB just got spun around a little bit, lost the ball in the air.
He almost rebounded. I thought he was going to get there and get a hand up and make a play on the ball. And ball just hung up there long enough for the 3rd wide out to run up under it. Quarterback's made some plays, Coach. I've been impressed with. He's not had to do too much, but when when his number's been called, he's made some really good plays. He's tough to get down. He's got a lot of savvy. He's got some moxie out there.
So the Indians burn their 2nd timeout of the half. We're still in the 3rd quarter. They've used 2 timeouts with the ball on the 1-yard line. They want to make sure they get this play correct. Going back to, as you mentioned, our coaching days, 1-yard line, there's not that many plays. There's only a couple plays you really need.
I don't know if it's the personnel. They're just trying to get the personnel right. It's a downhill of a running attack as they have had. I can't imagine them getting too cute right here.
play call doesn't seem to, wouldn't really necessarily need to change. You're running the ball from the 50-yard line. You're going to run the ball on the 1-yard line.
You know, going back just a little bit of last year, we won't live too much in the past, but we're just talking about the game in general. I feel like our defense has been on the field much more just this game one. It's early, but just talking ball, it just, you know, the types, our defense was so dominant last year, and we got so much pressure on the quarterback, and we were so good up front with our bookends. Just had a lot of 3 and outs, and we just haven't had a lot of that this year. We were barely lined up right there.
It was a wildcat formation.
That's 33 that went in.
So 33 with the direct snap.
Coach, he's tough to bring down. He is a sophomore.
Now, Coach, we need to remember also, this was a 10-plus win team last year.
That is correct.
This
Florida's a little different than Alabama. You know, school choice, things can change, but they're coaches on their 3rd year. They've done nothing but get better. You know, I felt as a head coach myself, my 3rd year running the baseball pro, I really started to feel like that was kind of my squad. And we, you know, the 3rd years, I mean, what did we do year 3? You know, it just, right. It's, you know, that 3rd year coaching staff is there. You really start to feel good about what you got. You really know your personnel. But they were a good football team last year too, Coach. Yeah. They're a good football team this year. They're physical. I'm not sure. What classification do they play in Florida?
That is a great question, Coach. A better play-by-play announcer would have that information.
Yeah, I've looked it up. I don't know if they're 4A or so. I think they're somewhere around 1,400 kids. Just going to put you somewhere around the 4A.
In the 3rd quarter, Choctawhatchee 24, Gulf Shores 7.
So with 3 minutes and 36 seconds left, the Dolphins trail 24-7. We will see what Coach Hudspeth and this Dolphin team can do with their backs really against the wall at this point. Uncharted territory, but as we said, this is a different team. We're playing a really good team. We've got a lot of players who this is their first meaningful playing time. And it's important to point out, this is non-conference.
That's correct.
This is not.
You want to play good teams to get you prepared, because Coach, the 3rd game of the year, Region 1, we're opening up against Saraland, who is more than likely, unless something changes between now and then, will be the number 1 team in Class 6A. They played for a state title back-to-back years. 1-1, lost 1 to Clay Chalkville last year, but they're a 5A team. Choctawhatchee is a 5A team in the state of Florida, which goes up to 8A, I believe. I'm not positive on that. I know there's some really big schools in the state of Florida, but nonetheless, a good 5A team here out of the state of Florida.
For the Dolphins.
So Sam King, the original kicker, seems to have found his knee pads, and he boots this ball. Collins going to catch it at the 1-yard line. Ball was over his head, so he's trying to make something happen and is not going to get back to the 20. He'll be taken down at the 17-yard line. The Dolphins with young quarterback Davis Barnett at the helm.
We need to start with the first down. You know, we need a good running play or a good first down play right here. Let's get in front of the sticks and take it little by little, and let's just start getting a little bit better by better right here and piecing something together and see if we can get the ball put in the end zone.
So the Dolphins jog onto the field, looking to get something back. Davis fakes the ball to Wilson, waiting for his man to get open. Just does, and just out of the reach of Landon Everett. As they were working in the flats, Everett was able to make the man guarding him, was really in a position you're either going to come get the quarterback or you're going to stay with your man.
He did a pretty good job because he kind of played both guys. And, you know, I'd like to see a little more spacing right there where one guy can't play both guys. But tip the hat right there. That was a great job of that guy, you know, being able to play both defenders. And good job by Davis getting rid of the ball right there. Had a nice touch on it, just a little bit over the head of Everett.
So give us to Wilson around the left. Got some room for the first time in a couple quarters and is able to bring the ball to the 24-yard line. Bring third and manageable First real running room that Wilson's had in the past few drives.
Yeah, he was able to get going a little bit right there off the left edge and had some pretty good, had some running area right there, Coach. First time, like you said, in a while. Good job of getting downhill and making a manageable 3rd and 4 right here for the Dolphins.
Give is to Wilson as he pushes the pile, continues to push the pile. That's going to be good for a Dolphin first down.
Good.
So don't got to get it all back right away. It's about moving the ball forward, getting first downs, getting that momentum, and continuing to march the ball down the field. Doesn't have to be big chunk plays. We just got to keep moving in the right direction.
Good job by the offensive line right there, getting 10 yards on 12 yards on 2 carries. Dolphins checking right here, scanning.
Scan,
yes. New term I've heard right there.
Gibbons to Wilson on the delayed handoff. He's going to be met at the line of scrimmage, and he'll have no gain.
Couple nice jump cuts for Colin right there to get us back to the line of scrimmage.
So they'll give him 1 yard on that forward progress. Brings up 2nd and 9. Ball sits at the 31-yard line. Barnett was able to get him to jump as the flag comes out. He crosses the line of scrimmage. High school football, if you cross it, you can't go back. The deed has been done. So that will be a 5-yard penalty. Brings up 2nd and 4.
Little by little, Coach. Let's just put a good drive right here together and needs to end in points.
So 2nd and 4. Ball sits at the 36-yard line. Twins to the near side. Man in motion.
Got a reverse.
Reverse. Davis Barnett does his best to throw a block. It's going to end up being a loss of...
Dolphins with the double reverse.
Loss of 2, 3.
He keeps marching.
This one out of order. Loss of about 4. So we got the reverse back to the boundary. Looks like that went to Carter Bird, number 1, senior. Great job by the Indian defense of rallying to the football. Rocker stepping, getting back to the backside of the boundary right there and able to run Carter Bird out for a 4-yard loss.
Brings up 3rd and we'll call it 7.
Got 1 high right here, so the Indians are not quite as aggressive as they were earlier in the game, not trying to limit the big plays, keep the momentum out of the Dolphins' hands.
That safety rolls over to the near side. Ball's given to Colin, looking to beat that safety, and he does. Got some space.
There we go.
Turned on the afterburners.
Great job blocking right here by 11, Nick.
Barnett's pass complete.
That play was nicely set up. Their safety was running the alley. Did not take a good angle. Colin was able to outrun him to the boundary, and a nice gain for the Dolphins. And we've now put 3 first downs together in this drive.
And we flip the field. We go from our 36 to their 36.
18 seconds left. Hope we get one more play off.
35 yards on the play. Highland Church first down, Dolphins.
Little bunch formation at the top. We were about to go speed
pop
sweep.
pass as Coach Hudspeth calls a timeout. As the play clock hits 0, we'll see if the White Hat's going to give us the timeout, and he does.
Timeout, Dolphins.
So with that positive momentum, Coach Hud does not want to go backwards with the delay of game penalty, and he takes a timeout. With that timeout, we'll take a quick one as well. We'll be right back. We're back as the Dolphins use their timeout to preserve their field position and 5 yards. Back on the ball. Barnett takes the snap, gives it to Wilson.
Got a little something here. Attaboy. Good job up front, guys.
So doing a good job now with the play call, giving Wilson enough time. It's kind of, you always say slow to the ball, fast through it. And they letting things develop and set up, helping Colin to really see those holes. Does a good job of getting some big chunk yardage right there. First down Dolphins.
A couple times this drive, we've had nice running. They were really doing a good job of bunching everything up. Offensive line's done a good job right here of opening up some holes for Colin, and we know we don't need much. And he has definitely showed his burst of speed a couple times this drive, and it's been good to see.
That's the end of the third quarter.
With the end of the third quarter, Dolphins driving, but down 24-7. We'll take a quick break and be right back for fourth quarter action. Here we are starting the fourth quarter. Dolphins down but driving.
We need to finish right here, Coach. Give us got plenty of time. Finish right here, get a stop or two, and we still got time with a 3-possession game right here. Is that where we're at, Coach?
We are. Davis drops back to pass and does a smart thing, throws the ball away as there was double coverage, but able to get rid of the ball.
For Colin Wilson, ball's incomplete, brings up 2nd and 10 from the 21-yard line.
I'm not sure he didn't see much there and made a wise decision of getting rid of it. Let's live to see another play.
So 2nd and long, 2nd and 10. Bobbled snap. All he can do is dive on it.
Muff snap. Barnett is brought down.
That's going to bring the ball back to the 29-yard line and make 3rd and long.
Spot at the 28-yard line. Loss of 7 on the
more experience he gets, those type of mistakes you'll see go. Got to put a lot on his shoulders. Be a young cat right here, all week. Not mentally being prepared to play this much and then being thrusted in that. But as a number 2 quarterback or any player, you're always one play away from having to get in there and take over. So he's looking good at times, getting his feet wet. Let's see what we can do right here on 3rd and long.
3rd and long, we give the ball to Wilson, and he's met.
And their bookends, their defensive ends are so athletic, and they're sure tacklers, Coach. Colin, we saw consistently make people miss last year, and of course he's not having a lot of time to get going, getting a lot of momentum going downhill. But they have done a good job. They're sure tacklers. Their defense, I am impressed with the team defense and the tackling, and just really how physical in general the Choctawhatchee Indians have been tonight.
Well, we were told in our meetings that their defensive team speed is something that the Dolphins were well aware of. And they're going to keep the offense on the field. Down 3 scores.
Good protection.
Ball's in the air. Good ball.
One-on-ones. Good coverage by 21.
And Boudreaux does a good job of just putting his body between the intended receiver and the ball. That's going to be a turnover on downs. The Dolphins are going to give the Indians the ball back on the 30-yard line. Down by 3 scores with 10:14 left in the fourth quarter.
Got a few scoring updates out there today. A lot going on. The big one in Saraland this evening last score I got was before halftime, and that was 28-13 Saraland. But sounds to be a good one across the Bayway tonight, Coach.
A lot of good football being played tonight across the state of Alabama. 6A Region 1 getting started. Toros of Spanish Fort with the win over Fairhope last night.
It's again downhill running. No, he was down, but that's it. The effort, 33's effort. It's just been. He's been very impressive running back, sophomore, downhill runner, can make you miss, has a little more speed than what I was expecting, but their offensive line's done a great job as well. Second and eight.
Hasn't needed to make people miss.
No, they've had some good holes, and at times we've done a great job of clouding it up and had some good run fits. And there's a lot of kids out there tonight that are just getting their feet wet in high school football, and the speed of the game and the strength of the game is it's hard to replicate in practice, Coach. Another good downhill run for the Choctawhatchee Indians. Because they're just in too tight. Obviously the clock is their friend right now. They're going to try to melt it down. I did see one score that kind of caught my eye with a 3-0 UMS Wright over St. Paul's. That St. Paul's matchup here in Week 5, I've kind of got it circled as a big one, Coach. But all of them are big, obviously. But, you just start kind of looking at the region picture and how things – of course, this Week 1, we don't really know. Other than what you read and just kind of pure speculation what people have coming back. But, Coach, we all know what Region 1 6A ball. There's a few really, really elite football teams.
Ball given to Keller once again.
It's good job right there. Everett coming off the pile with Jermichael Garrett. Jermichael Garrett's had a pretty good game, Coach. He's been around. He's actually coming up with the football right there, but he's been around the ball quite a bit tonight. Blaze Thomas coming off. Did his helmet come off right there?
I believe his helmet came off as we make the substitution. Ball spotted right at midfield. Right on that big Dolphin logo. Once again, shout out to the City of Gulf Shores, Jeff Hopkins and his crew having the field looking immaculate for this opening game. Ball given to Keller. Keller's met once again. Coach, can't tackle him around the shoulder pads. They're meeting him high and they're getting driven back.
Yeah, he has a low center of gravity. His feet do not stop. And he is his yards after contact tonight, I'm sure, have been real impressive. While we're here kind of at the midfield, bring up our cheerleading squad. Coach, they've got a good-looking group out there, big numbers. They've done a great job tonight as well as the band. The atmosphere has been pretty good tonight, and just proud to be a Dolphin as always, Coach.
Coach Allison Davis does a great job with that cheer squad. As Keller gets the ball and is contacted once again, Landon Everett, we call his name. Coach, he's going both ways right now, as I've seen Bryce Stevens on the bench being attended to by the athletic training staff. So Landon Everett, true bulldog in every sense of the word, having to play linebacker as well as tight end.
In this heat, that gets easier as the year goes on. But game one, with still the humidity here in South Alabama, it's not an easy thing to play 100 football games in a 2-hour period. Even 33 looked a little slower hitting the hole right there. Once again, Landon Everett on the tackle.
Giving Jaden Dobbins a smack on the helmet.
Oh, 33's
saying
down.
Thanks for the help. We got 33 down and in some pain as the Gulf Shores training staff as well as the Indian training staff. So with that, we're going to step away and let the trainers do their thing, and we'll be back. Good to see Keller getting up under his own power as we were talking off air, Coach, probably at least 30 touches this game.
It's been a lot. It's been a lot. He has toted it. I mean, I think, Coach, what he had about 7 on the opening drive.
Yeah.
It was. He has been an impressive running back. And I've been wrong. He's not an argument, but you always gonna tip your hat to good players. He's done a great job of toting the football. I've enjoyed watching him tote it.
Ladies and gentlemen, the fourth quarter is brought to you by Seacrest Furniture Interiors and Renovations. The fourth quarter, as we said, brought to you by Seacrest Furniture Interiors and Renovations. In business for over 30 years. With furniture and decorating ideas to enhance the coast with style.
All right, so we've got 2nd and 7 coming up. Choctawhatchee Indians driving into Dolphin territory, heading north. We've got roughly 6 minutes and 23 seconds left here in the game. Dolphins looking to get a stop.
Time is of the essence.
And they're in their jumbo package.
And that is, once
Back
again,
down
number
to
0.
They've got a nice little thunder and lightning
Ellis
1-2
Alloway
punch, Coach.
on the
He's a
carry
little
right down
quicker, a
by
little more
Jamaica
leaner. And 33 is definitely the physical guy.
Club.
Tackling him all 4 quarters is
0047.
and 33 is leaning on you, 33, and then boom, come back with 0. And Coach, he's pretty quick as well.
Ellis Alloway with the carry as the clock runs inside 6 minutes. Probably expect to see a decent dose of number 0. I don't expect to see Keller back in the game. He did his job. He's worn out. And as you said, did a good job of, he got every single bit out of every run.
That's bad. Not very good mesh point right there for the Indians. Running back was going wide. I think the quarterback was expecting him, which they have the number 2 quarterback in the game right now, 17. Looked to be more of a downhill run. Quarterback was thinking downhill run. Running back was thinking more of an outside run. Kind of messed their timing up a little bit, allowing the Gulf Shores Dolphins defense to get downhill and make a tackle for a loss, for a 2-yard loss, 1-yard loss. We've got 2nd and 11 coming up for the Indians.
New quarterback, number 17, Carter Morocco, listed as a running back, sophomore, into the quarterback
33 is back in the game, Coach.
Just like that, Keller says, Coach, give me the ball. And he runs through 2 Dolphins before he is tripped up and brought down short of the line to gain. Brings up a 3rd and short, but kudos to that. Coach, he just wants the ball in his hands.
Coach, I don't know if he would stay out of the game if they tried to keep him out of the game.
He had to hide his helmet.
I mean, he is a load to bring down. Just a good football player. We got a flag. Who's that on? Is that on the end?
It came from the white hat in the middle. Only Indians around him. See Landon Everett with his helmet off. Somebody jogging off. We'll see if it's an equipment issue, if something was said.
It's Jermichael Garrett jogging off for the Dolphins.
In for the Dolphins goes number 52, Landon Wallace, a sophomore, as the Zebras converge on the coaching staff for the Dolphins to explain what exactly the problem was. As the Indians take advantage of this little bit of a break to head to their sideline. Coach Hudd's not quite finished with the white hat.
Yeah, I don't think he's happy about something. I'm not sure exactly what's going on. The way it is looking, I believe that flag is going to go against the Dolphins.
And they are still having the discussion. And now will be brought into the conversation. The sideline
warning against the Dolphins.
So we decided that all the
came from the middle of the field post-play. Kind of an interesting time for that to come, but I guess this near line judge crowded. So the get-back coach and the rest of the coaching staff are going to have to stay out of the way.
Coach, that's an interesting call.
It's an interesting call and an interesting time. And
I mean, usually you think it would come from that guy that's on our sideline. Just my opinion.
The referees have that communication ability now, so he might have spoken into his ear and said, I'm feeling a little crowded. I need some space. Third down. See if the Dolphins can get a stop. Give is to Keller. Dolphins do not get that stop as he gets inside the red zone all the way down to the 13-yard line.
Another tough run by 33 and another tackle right there for the Dolphins. It was just downhill, man. I don't know. This is AB gap. It's not really nothing pretty. It's very effective. And they believe in him. And when you get a lead and you get on top of somebody, it's hard. If you don't turn the ball over, it's hard to let the other team come back when you really can control the running game like they have been able to do, as well as control the clock. They haven't made a lot of mistakes. I mean,
they really haven't. They had the one turnover. Ball given to Keller. Looks to bounce it, comes back inside. Gets a gain of 5. Clock keeps on running.
Blaze Thomas combined with Landon Everett on the stop.
Substitutions being made. The Dolphins are getting tired, and the Indians are just leaning on. Big number 33. Tote the rock. Give is to Keller around the right end. And who's there again? Number 20, Landon Everett. Coach, no quitting that boy.
It's very impressive, Coach. It's very, very impressive. Well, when Coach Rose told us, their bread and butter is the downhill running attack, Coach. Downhill running and counter is what I have in my notes as the bread and butter. I think they have done that.
And it's one of those things where they're not hiding anything, Coach. They
don't motion a lot. They line up. They will check or scan, and then they just kind of come back and run it. But they're not set out there. But good job,
quarterback keeper.
Oh, guys,
gets the ball to the 5-yard line.
Still saw the number 2 receiver up there, still trying to get set. But
so it brings up a 4th down. So we'll see if we can keep any more points from being on the board.
Ball spot at the 5-yard line. 4th and short.
So a 3-score game. They're going to let the play clock run all the way down and probably take their last time out.
We got a moment. Any updates on volleyball? Well, they played last night against John Carroll, and I believe went down. I just didn't know if there was any update from the Juanita Bodie tournament. They are in Birmingham to open up their season. Went up a day early, got a game at John Carroll, and then today started the It's the Bodie tournament.
Bodie, Juanita Bodie.
One of the bigger ones.
Brought to you by the Fence Guy.
One of the staple volleyball tournaments in the state of Alabama. And I believe we took all 3 teams up there, so we've got a freshman, a JV, and varsity games going on. So a big opening weekend for Coach Gravely and his girls. They've been working extremely hard in the gym. When we come in from our 4 o'clock workouts, I've had the privilege every day of watching them girls practice, and they do a great job, Coach. Coach Gravely and Coach Burke do a great job with them, and expecting a great season. I believe they were ranked number 9 or so coming into the year in the Class 6A polls, and I believe our football we were ranked number 5 or so.
Yes, sir.
2 fall sports, both ranked in the top 10 in 6A. As we come back after a 2-year stint in Class 5A, which was 2 of the biggest years in all of our athletic department. Lots of success the last 2 years in the Class 5A classification.
That's true. And pointed out that, we'll talk about it after this play, 4th and short. We probably know who's getting the ball. It's Keller, and he's going to drive his way all the way into the end zone for another score. We pointed out the football Dolphins were not the only former state champs to take the field tonight. Pre-game, before we came on the air, the boys state champion soccer team being recognized, got their rings today at school during the ceremony. And Coach Norton and the boys were able to be recognized at midfield prior to the game. So, as we said, when you go down to 5A, you got to take advantage of your time down there. The Dolphin Athletics across the board did just that with several area region championships, some state championships, women's soccer, state runner-up, back-to-back year.
Soccer really, really did a good job the 2 years we were down in 5A of making it count. The girls winning 2 red maps, finishing runner-up in the state, and our boys with a red map. And then last year, with one of the most exciting soccer games I have ever witnessed, I was able to catch it on the network at school with my class. I got to see the game-winning kick go in overtime and celebrate with our students. And it was an exciting time for the student body and for Coach Norton and the boys. Coach Norton, man, was just a great guy. I've worked with him and worked beside him for a long time, and I just couldn't be happier for a guy like Coach Norton. Just an incredible human being, and so happy for him and his boys to be able to make that happen last year, to win their first one in school history. What an exciting moment for those guys.
So the Dolphins now trail 31-7. A minute 21 left on the clock. I'm sure it's being preached to. This game's not over. Continue to fight. See if we can take any momentum into the weekend to prepare for another battle, this time on the road against the Mary G. Montgomery team that made it to the semifinals last year in 7A. And, Coach, the old saying is, you want to be the best, you got to beat the best. And this schedule is full of some of the best teams, not only in the state of Alabama, but obviously the state of Florida. As we will be keeping an eye on this Choctawhatchee team as the year goes on, I would anticipate that they're going to continue to have the success that they had last year going into this year.
Yeah, I don't know, the Florida competition as well as I know the state of Alabama. I know a good football team when I see one, and when you're good at what you do, as they have been tonight, and Coach, it's hard to say if they're one-dimensional because they really didn't have to do anything else. Why do anything else if you don't have to? So,
ain't broke, don't fix it.
Obviously when you play them, you got to stop the run. That's got to be first and foremost. But man, there was nights, there was times and plays that we were there in 33. We won't face. We're in 6A. We're going to face a lot of good backs. There's no two ways around that. But he's a good one, man. He's a sophomore. He's a load. I will definitely be circling. I will be keeping up with him. I enjoyed watching him tote the football. Kind of old school, smash mouth. We're going to line up 2 tights, and hard to see splits from where we're at, but it doesn't look very much like splits. We're just coming right at you.
In a game of finesse, he brought the power.
It has changed. It takes it back. Not in the I formation, kind of like it was when I was playing a long, long time ago, but not really under center in the gun, but 2 tights and run the football.
You just need to go down, playing with the helmet off.
Roy Ferguson on the carry for the Dolphins.
Probably supposed to be a penalty, I believe, if you play with the helmet off, but probably supposed to be a face mask too, but I think we're just going to kind of keep.
We got 20 seconds left. We just got to make it.
Try to get to the end of it. Get to week 2, like I said earlier in the broadcast, where you see the biggest adjustments come from is from week 1 to week 2. You learn more about your football team the first week, and with no jamborees in today's times, you learn a lot.
And this Dolphin team, though they are going to start the season 0-1, they are not going to have an 0-1 mentality. You can guarantee that going into the weekend. A lot of good film that the team will have to look over. Kind of an execution issue. It was, in position a lot of times, like you said, yards after contact 33 is probably the bulk of his yards were after contact. We got to shore up the tackling. we have to make some adjustments. But this is a good team. The Dolphins are going to start 0-1, but what really matters is area play, and we got one more game to prepare for area play. And so these Dolphins will take this loss not lying down. We hope that young Judd Harris, quarterback, who was taken out with a shoulder injury, we hope that he can be evaluated and hopefully be ready to go going forward.
Got the 2 Auburn commits right here, Owen.
We've got 2 Auburn commits taking a picture with Jermichael Garrett and Dante Core. They'll be teammates together.
Oh, is he? What year's 4?
He's a senior.
So he'll be going a little bit earlier than Jermichael. If all things hold true, because things are ever changing in the college football landscaping. But 2 really, really good athletes, and
a lot of talent on this field tonight on both sides. No doubt we'll be seeing some of these boys play on Saturday, but we look forward to seeing our boys play at Mary G. Montgomery next Friday night.
Another big one, got to go to West Mobile, a team that played from the semifinals and they were 12-1 last year, I believe.
I believe
correct?
so.
Yeah, so I mean, really, really good football team. Don't know much about them this year. We will find out next week, but the Dolphins will be on the road, big road trip. That's a good little, probably about an hour and a half, Coach. Hour and 45 minutes over there. I've coached over there one time, a long time ago. So it will be exciting to make that trek to west on I-10 and check out and see what type of adjustments we make going into week 2.
The final score, Dolphins fall to the Indians at Choctawhatchee by a score of 31-7. For Coach Chris Jacks, I'm Owen Corcoran. We thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next time. Have a great evening, and go Dolphins.